Had a great first show in Troy, New York, and then we hit the water at the Albany Yacht Club. Thanks, Mike, for storing the boat. We got to make it 18 miles today, so we got to ride the ebb tide. Started around 11, gonna go till 6, and just follow the current. Here we are paddling out of the port of Albany, kind of an industrial, weird place, and then we get into some nature. Had some beautiful weather, had some rainy weather, which was also beautiful. Saw a bunch of birds, baby birds making nests. Saw some metal scrap yards, quite a few of those actually. Then the sun came out, shielded from that, until we found camp around 7 p.m. and we set up the tent and got some rest, because today we got to paddle 10 miles to Catskill, where we have a show at the Avalon Lounge with Daniel Cleederman and Kendra McKinley. Day 2, we woke up to hundreds of centipedes all over our tent, all over our bags, all over all of our stuff, our life jackets, my guitar. So many centipedes, huge. We have 15 miles to go today. Not a good way to start the day, but we got to get going. We got to ride that tide. Luckily, we saw a pileated woodpecker. That made us feel a lot better. We hit the water. Stopped at the Yellow Deli in Coxsackie. It's actually a cult. So then we got going again. We went through some rain. Very, very rainy day. We went under this enormous bridge, which was very long and looked very cool. We passed a house demolition, which we watched for a while. That was pretty awesome. And then we got to Catskill. That was our destination. We locked up at Mike Bliss Barina. Thanks, Mike. We got to the Avalon Lounge. Daniel Cleederman ripped it up. I played my songs. Really grateful to everyone who came. Kendra McKinley rocked out last set of the night. She also let us stay at her house. She and Dan are awesome. More shows to come, especially City Winery in Manhattan. Please come to that. Thank you. Day 3, wake up in Catskill. We got to hit the water right away, early, because we got 10 miles to go to the Saugerties Lighthouse. I got a 12:30 p.m. show. We got to ride that tide. We arrived at the Saugerties Lighthouse right around noon, just in time to set up and also to see the top of the lighthouse. Look around a little bit up there. I played for about half an hour. About 20 people showed up. It was beautiful. I really appreciate everyone taking the 8-minute hike out there. There's my view from the stage. We hit the water right away because we got 18 more miles to go to keep on track. We're paddling through Kingston. We see another lighthouse. It was a really beautiful day because it was a day of lighthouses. We pulled over for lunch somewhere, I don't remember where, but we saw another lighthouse. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Feel very lucky. We approached our campsite 18 nautical miles later, an island called Esopus Island, campsite right at the northern tip. It was beautiful, reminded me of the Boundary Waters. We got into our hammocks, we took a nap, we had a sandwich. We discovered a goose nest, and I have more to say about that goose nest tomorrow. But for now, please come to the rest of these shows, especially the album release. Day 4, we wake up on a beautiful island, but we got a horrible night of sleep because there were geese everywhere, honking all night. They were pissed that we were on their island. So many geese. Sounded like they were yelling, "My rock!" So we had to get out of there. We got 23 nautical miles to go. That's 26 regular miles. We got to ride that tide. So we get out there a little bit before, and we're only going like 2 miles an hour. It's very slow. It starts to pick up. We're riding the ebb. We get going. We get cruising. We stop for lunch. We go to this waterfall right along some railroad tracks, big old freight train. We make some sandwiches. We walk along the tracks. It's a beautiful day. We're stretching our legs. We got so far to go, but you got to stop. You got to enjoy the sights and the sounds. The waterfall, the beautiful flowers, some sort of yellow thing, I think an iris. Then we get going again. We had a total of 9 hours of paddling this day to get to Beacon, where we pulled up at the dock of the Beacon Sloop Club, right next to the Woody Guthrie sloop, took a little photo, and then Sophia said,
"Okay, I forgive you."
Me too. Please come to these shows. Day 5 started out with continental breakfast at the Quality Inn in Fishkill, just outside of Beacon. We went 22 miles yesterday. We had to pamper ourselves. Our friends picked us up. We went out for dinner. Night of day 4. Had a great time. We went to this great bar. We went to go play arcade games, Simpsons. We got back to the hotel. We made some Red Baron microwavable pizzas, which were really, really good. Then Sophia did this thing in the mirror right around midnight as we turned into day 5. They upgraded our room with a jacuzzi, so I kind of cooled off my feet. I had a sunburn tan. And then wake up, continental breakfast, and we hit the river. We got going right around 9:30 a.m. We got 4 miles to go to get out to Bannerman Castle. We got to ride that tide. Luckily, we had great weather. We had a tailwind, no waves, beautiful sunny skies. Didn't take long before we got to the castle. Here our friends took a photo from the dock as we approached. There's too much to fit in one video, so I'm going to add a part 2 in about an hour once I charge my phone. Check that out to see the rest of the island. Definitely the most magical day of the tour so far. Felt like a dream. Day 5, 4-mile paddle to Bannerman Island, Bannerman Castle. This place is paradise. I got to play on a stage in front of the castle, 2 hours of Irish songs, my original songs, new songs.
Oh, to feel that you're where you belong is a wonderfully swift moment. Keep your boredom, keep your rage. We learned at an early age. Money's worthless if you don't got time. It will not be long, Lord, till our wedding day.
Thank you to Lori. Thank you to all my friends who came out. But we got 4 miles to go to Cold Spring. 1 hour of tide left. We got to ride that tide. We had a little knighting ceremony for Tom Gilroy, aka Tommy Cheese. He's going to be paddling with me the rest of the way. We're halfway done with this trip. And we're heading down to Cold Spring. We stopped by Doug's Pretty Good Pub. Doug rules. Then we head into the bay to find a camping spot at an undisclosed location. We set up our tent for the night and got some rest. Day 6, woke up, breathtaking view. We're going to hit the water, 8 miles to go to Bear Mountain State Park. We got to ride that tide. No sooner do we start paddling than we happen upon this kind of wild castle-looking thing where they seem to be training the next generation of super soldiers. Lots of exercise happening. We even saw the Canadian Air Force taking off. Then we happened upon this railroad station where some women told us to walk up the hill to the West Point Museum. We did. It was closed for construction, but the gift shop was open. Then we hit the river again, paddled down to the Bear Mountain Bridge, and just kind of sat there for a while with these guys, enjoying the view, enjoying the sun, looking out, taking photos of this expansive mountain valley. And we happened upon a little creek, Popolopan Creek. We entered that under the trestle bridge, explored it, and found this unbelievable waterfall that we jumped in, swam in, crystal clear water, relaxed, caught up with Sophia on FaceTime, set up our hammocks to get a good night's rest because we got 3 shows to go, album release in Manhattan on Friday. Day 7, wake up in a hammock near a waterfall, pack up, get ready to go. call my friend John Nellen, who produced my new album, River Flows Two Ways. Come to that release show Friday. We got going. We paddled down the creek. We stopped. Tom learned the lesson of proper sunscreen application. And we tarped up the canoe because we found out there was a zoo up the hill. So we went to check out the zoo, saw a mastodon. Tom said this:
"You think fucking Brooklyn's gonna get got by some glacier? No fucking way. Hey, oh!"
And then we hit that river. We got 13 miles to go. We got to ride that tide. So to get out of Popolopan Creek, you got to go under this railroad bridge. The tide was too high, so we really had to duck to get under that. A little bit scary, but we made it out of there. And we hit crazy weather, crazy waves. Stopped to take a break at Octavio's, best food ever. Stopped at the Indian Point nuclear plant, took a photo of Blinky. Got going in those waves again. Crazy wind, crazy water. Had to bail out the canoe. Really hard crossing, but finally we got to tie up our canoe to a dumpster, set up camp, go to bed, rest up. Nyack is tonight at 6 p.m. Friday, album release show. See you there. Day 8, wake up in Croton. All of our stuff is soaking wet from the waves yesterday. We got 8 miles to go today in really dangerous water. Got to ride that tide. We got to do so carefully, though. We're going to shelter behind this point for as long as we can before we have to do this mile-wide crossing to the Palisades.
You can see right where party time begins out in the river.
Whitecaps out on the water, 1 to 3 foot waves at times. We have to tack against the wind, zigzagging into the waves so that we don't capsize over them. So we made our way across, and the waves just kept getting choppier and choppier. Tons of water splashed into our boat. And eventually, after about an hour and a half, we got over to these huge, beautiful cliffs on the western side of the river. We made it, a little bit banged up, but we're okay. And we show up at the Carnegie Library in Nyack for my show. I sang some of my songs. When was the last time you were home? Played some Bach. Tried to talk a little bit, making sure my gigs were at times that would be at the end of the tide so I could make it there on time. Yonkers tonight, Manhattan tomorrow. See you there. Day 9, we wake up at Tommy Cheese's house. Thank you, James and Jean, for hosting us. There was a huge thunderstorm in the morning that we had to wait out. We got 10 miles to go today to Yonkers. We got to ride that tide.
Ready to paddle.
So we headed over to the Nyack Yacht Club. Thank you, Mike. Went out into the water. It was like glass. It was so calm. We saw the Tappensee Bridge. Tappensee is Dutch for calm sea. The easiest paddle in the world over to the Palisades in New Jersey. Snapped a couple pics, played a new song, took a little video. Then we visited this waterfall that kind of reminded us of Rivendell from Lord of the Rings. We saw our first view of the Manhattan skyline. Can't wait to get there tomorrow. Then we headed to the Bizak Center, where I played my show for a wonderful audience. So kind and attentive and gracious. Went back to the paddle club, embroidered some new hats, because my album, River Flows Two Ways, is out right now on all platforms, and we'll be celebrating it tomorrow at City Winery. See you there. Day 10, woke up excited, 6:30 a.m., watched the fog burn over the Palisades on the other side of the river. We spent the night last night at the Yonkers Paddle Club. They let us sleep on the floor. It was very comfortable. We got 18 miles to go today to Lower Manhattan. We got to ride that tide. Promised my mom we'd wear a life jacket, and we ended up having very calm waters. We had a north wind guiding us in. We got to go under the George Washington Bridge and see the skyline come into view. When we came into town, it was Fleet Week, so we saw battleships and jets and stuff, passed by City Winery, got down Little Island, Island, and then reached Lower Manhattan.
Let's finish this thing.
150 miles in 10 days. We pulled into Pier 26, wracked our canoe, I threw away my shoes, John Nellen picked us up, and we went straight to go play the show. Thank you to Will, Sophie, and everyone who came out to that show, who came out to all the shows. This trip was a dream. My album's out everywhere now.